Hello, I'm Cody, and welcome to Session 9 of my Pillars of Eternity turn-based Triple Crown attempt. Last time, we listened to Durant's ramble on about the Godhammer, we killed a lot of spiders and Zorups, and then we let a Zorup beat on Chie for like 10 minutes to upgrade a belt. This time, I think we'll head back to Defiance Bay and wander around looking for some more side questery. I could stay here and do more of the endless tunnels of Adnua and the like, but
Walls need some work before this place is secure.
I don't want to wander elsewhere for a
My
while.
husband fixed them right up.
Actually, as I say that, I think I'm going to go to the Wooded Plains and clear out some encounters there. I just ran right through it after getting Sagani. I picked her up and, yeah, pretty much just went straight to the edge of the map. I don't think I explored here at all. Indeed, I didn't, so let's have a look around. Reasonably close to a level, so if I can find anything worth experience, maybe it'll put me up a point. Would be nice for some extra durability.
Spot on!
Well, nice to start with a prone. Stun would be better, obviously, but those seem to be vanishingly rare.
Hi? Hey.
Let's burn this away! Let's end this!
Oh? Spot on! I'm here.
Hi?
Let's have it out! Following your
Well, let's see. Can we kill it before it gets up? Oh, not quite, looks like, unfortunately. Boy, I wonder how much health it has left. Did a lot of damage there. Ooh, the damage over time's finished it off. That's nice. And it did give us a little experience, though not enough by itself. If we get a few more of those. Oh no, I always forget the experience is divided amongst the entire party, so that 500 experience is worth, or that 100 experience rather, is worth even less. Oh, there's another one.
I'm here.
Still no stun, of course.
Hi?
Ah, well done on the pathfinding there, Aloth. As ever, one of the hugest improvements to this game would be if your companions could either walk through each other, or at least if they just had a smaller, effective collision radius for allies than they do for enemies. I think that would be a reasonable implementation of something like that.
Yes?
Yes.
Would help the pathfinding feel a lot less dodgy.
Spot on!
Oh, not even at near dead. But the damage over times is still enough. Excellent. And the tower construction is complete, so picking our next building to build. Getting either a shopkeeper or One of the ones that does this, like, randomly generates a creature part, or randomly generates yada yada every so often, seems like the best way to go next. Ooh, or this Warden's Lodge. We can get high-level bounties. I doubt I want to take care of any of those right away, but I definitely want to have it before... Well, I want to have it early so that I have the option from as early as possible.
Light, flame, and sound.
I vaguely remember those being both difficult, but quite rewarding. But also not so difficult you can't do them too early on, but then again, it all depends, since I did not play on the hardest difficulty before. Why can't I do anything? Oh,
Ready,
I
Watcher.
didn't select Sagani there. I don't know.
Hmm? Spot on!
I'm actually surprised that Sagani out-sequenced me. 8.6, why is... I mean, that must count having attacked somehow as being added into that? I don't know. I need to take a look at that at the start of combat one of these days to see what it looks like
Aye?
before I do anything.
Of course.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one. Wait. Your tale ends here.
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
That's it!
Following your lead. Sacred doom! Let's burn this away!
My bow's ready. Yes. Oh?
Oh, yeah, even out of combat, 8.6. Let's see, if I get rid of Vicious Aim at 6.9. How? 5 base. Is it just... Oh, so it's just having an Arbalest that makes it huge. Fair enough, I suppose.
Certainly.
And what does the flame reveal?
I'm here.
Whoops. Skipped Sagani's turn unintentionally.
Yes?
I'm here.
Okay, it comes back real
Okay.
quick. She doesn't do anything.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire bless this one. Wait, Selmis, me. Let's end this.
Oh? Ready, Watcher.
Aye?
And those things are so durable.
Slow and silent.
Plus 3 athletics for 20 turns. I don't know when I would ever use that, but I suppose better to have it and not need it. Feel like I need something... I guess there are things that ask for athletics in those, like, storybook pop-up situations, and there might be one that... I mean, they don't normally tell you what the athletics requirement is, though, is the problem, so if I see one, I won't be like, oh, I don't have enough, I better back out, cast that, and go back in. I have to know one is coming for that, and all of the ones I can recall that I know are coming are already done and over with. A
And
pwgras.
what does the
Or
flame
pwgras. I have
reveal?
absolutely no idea how to pronounce that.
Ready, Watcher.
I remember finding them dangerous, but I don't remember why.
Dead on!
Yes?
Maybe they do charms? They seem like the sort of thing that might do charms.
Hey.
Or those really powerful damage over time spells that druids get.
I'll let Margaren's fire bless this one. Wait, Selmes, mate. Your tale ends here.
Oh?
Well, whatever, it is not very challenging when it's alone.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
There we go. Got Searing Falls on the map, and Stonewall Gorge. I think that's the only exits from here, other than the ones that I already had. Other than that, just kind of running around anywhere with the fog of war to get rid of it.
Light, flame, and sound. We'll keep to ourselves.
Slow and silent. Ready, Watcher.
Apparently that lion was just patrolling at full sprint. Never get the paralyze.
Aye?
Upon his return, Lord Bernwagar was able to quell the uprising. And then the text went away. Was able to quell the uprising. Trade has slowed in the area, but you are regarded as a local hero. Oh, that's good.
Hey.
Missed all my knockdowns.
What? Let's burn this away. Yes? Wait, sail. Let's end this.
Ready, Watcher.
How may I help?
The fox killed the lion. Excellent. Oops.
Ready, Watcher.
Too far forward.
Dead on! Oh?
And a couple more of the pwgras.
Aye? Ah, thank God that's rough!
Well, they have decent reflex, but not exceptional, so that's something to know about them at least.
Hey.
What? Moeth ixi a. Wait, Selmes metu. Let's end this.
Infestation of maggots.
I'm here.
12.5 damage by percentage of endurance over 3 turns. At least they both cast it on the same target, and that seems that only one of them works. The other is suppressed. That's nice. I should probably have my archers focus down those pwgras.
Can't get a good shot with this.
Oh, and they apparently got 2 turns almost back to back. That's not ideal.
Yes? Aztec worth and wrath!
And one of them's getting another turn already. Wow.
That's it!
Of course, I only graze both the pwgras, but I crit the forest troll. Let's see. And they have decent but not exceptional will, so I could have hit better.
After him, Ichimock.
Oh my god, they just keep getting turns.
Yes. Spot on.
Oh, I hit the stun finally, and the prone on the same attack. That's nice. Wonder what a 15% of a 15% is.
Yes? Roak 10!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Hey,
Oof. Hit for 3. That's not good. 15 piercing damage reduction. That's a lot. No burn and freeze are only 8, so I guess that means 15 to everything else? Interesting.
Verathus! How may I help?
What? The beyond seek.
My bow's ready.
Following your lead. For Takoa!
How may I help?
Well, one down.
What? There's a lesson to be taught.
Yes. Ready,
Alright.
Watcher.
Everything challenging in this fight has been taken care
My
of. Now it's
bow's
just
ready.
cleaning up.
Hey. Yes? I shall deal with this one.
Roak 10!
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready.
Let's burn this away!
Let's have it out!
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one. Oh? Spot on!
Oh, and another stun. Finally getting a bit of luck on that.
Let's end
A
this!
lot of luck on that, honestly, to get that many this fight. Which means I'll probably never get them again.
Hey, you're not getting to me.
Let's burn this away!
How may I? These ones are in for a walloping!
Ready, Watcher. After him, Ichimock.
Yes? Your tail ends here!
Aye. These ones are in for a walloping!
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
What? Let's burn this away!
Hey, leave it to me!
Not half bad.
Slow and silent.
Yes?
I have a decent range. That's not bad.
I shall.
See how this goes.
I'm here.
That's a smaller AoE than I expected, and only grazing them is rough, especially since, well, yeah, at least 2 of them don't actually have very good will saves. And Aloth is, not in a great position.
Yes.
Oh, he is so fucked.
Shit!
What? Moeth Ixiana.
Leave it to me!
Following your lead. Your tail ends here!
I don't know what this line over here is doing. The way she ran just straight over this way has me really nervous that she's like smart enough to try to loop around and take down my archers. Oh, there she is.
I'm here.
Ooh, that's not good.
Ready, Watcher.
Following your lead. Proactive!
It's only a struggle between trying to use my strongest hitter to take down the Elder Lion and trying to use my strongest hitter to just thin their numbers. I think the thinning their numbers is wiser.
Spot on.
What? Moeth Ixiana. Moeth Ixiana.
You're not getting through me.
Ready, Watcher. My bow's ready. Ready, Watcher.
That's looking
My bow's
decent.
ready.
Following your lead. Let's end this!
And the beetles are already wearing off, which isn't great.
Levaru beyond seek.
I'm here. My bow's ready.
Yes? Proactive!
The way they get their turn back almost immediately after recovering from a stun, because the only thing they do on a stun recovery turn is wait, really makes stuns feel less impactful than
Got
they
an arrow
do
for this one.
in real time with pause.
Hey,
Oof. The nuke is gonna drop soon if I don't get lucky.
Ready, Watcher. Got an arrow for this one.
Oh?
Need to get some fire damage done.
Following your lead. Let's end this! What? Moe Ixi Ana.
Got an arrow for this one.
Nice.
Proactive! Moe Ixi Ana.
My bow's ready.
Oh?
Oh, I had noticed that the sword had worn off. I guess having 0 intelligence will make that happen quite quickly.
hey.
What? I'll let Margaret's fire
Only one.
bless this.
Slightly messy fight, but not too bad. Definitely the opening with Aloth was just a mistake. And we've got a unique and axe. The Hearth Harvest as Flame Lash, or 25% extra burn damage, and 3DR bypass. Not bad. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it to Kana instead of the Gon's Share. Mostly because I just like that hand axes have a little bit of extra deflection, making him a little bit more defensive, even if it does kind of look goofy to have someone as big as him using a weapon as small as that. And there were some camping supplies over here, so I might as well rest and then take those. Thought all those lions were going to put me way closer to a level, like basically on it, but oh well. Alright, where to? Talk to everybody we could, I think, in Brackenberry and Copper. Well, somebody in Brackenberry did give me a quest to go to the... whatever, the Temple of... Confusion... I don't remember what it's called. The Temple of Information in Copperlight. But, don't want to go straight into that yet. I think I'll go to the first fires and just wander around and talk to people a bit, and then head to Andra's gift. Or maybe not, too. There's that other one, the other zone that's in the top left that I know is full of undead. I don't know if anybody's told me that or given me a quest for it yet, but I do remember that a thing.
And a shrine to Margaret as well. Her clergy belongs there.
Oh yes, and I have to talk to somebody in the Ducal Palace about the ownership of Caed Nua.
Good day, stranger.
The young woman wears a simple but well-tailored uniform. She watches the comings and goings around her with quiet attention. Any news to share? Or are you here to see the Ducal Palace? What goes on in here? He laughs. Where to start? We've got meetings, public hearings, and ceremonies, and that's just the stuff that happens out in the open. She leans in a little closer. This is where the Duke and his key advisors work, so there's always someone bartering for a favor. Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to talk about that side of things. But if you want the official version, she clears her throat and gestures counterclockwise around the palace. We have a shrine devoted to Magrin, official records, and chambers for public hearings and council meetings. Is there a hearing going on right now? Sure is. Duke Gaber's been meeting with some of the city leaders for weeks now, trying to figure out how to address the legacy. The whole business is terribly secret, though I tried to sit in the gallery during my lunch break one day and got turned away. She sniffs, but a lot of the talk concerns animancy, so there's good reason they're keeping the meetings behind closed doors. Okay, well, we've already been told what the legacy is by other people. And we know why animancy is controversial, because they shoved the souls of animals into babies to try to fix the legacy, and it did not work. Or at least it seemed to work briefly, but didn't in the long run. I see. Anyway, the legacy is what the politicians have all been whispering about lately. Alright, goodbye. No idea if it would ever be possible to steal from that chest without getting everybody mad at you. Similarly in here, it would be difficult, but
Ready, Watcher.
a high enough stealth, I think somebody could hide over here. Probably have the eyeball shrink. In fact, see if we can.
I'm here.
I can get it there. Interesting.
I'm here.
How quickly does it come back, though?
Sure.
Don't really care what just stealing for the... No, don't do that then. Alright, Pathfinding is gonna screw me from getting to either of the other places that I could loot.
Gods keep you.
Taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome. He's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. Taciturn man with graying hair pores over a tome he's just withdrawn from one of the shelves. He glances up at you with baggy eyes. Yes, is there something I can pull for you? I'm looking for militia records from the time of the Saints' War, trying to find what happened to someone. The man clears his throat. We've had a number of inquiries about such information. I'm afraid we've had to bar access to the public. Seems there are still quite a number of folk in Deerwood who bear ill will towards the Raid Sarens. It would be irresponsible to surrender their names to just anyone. Many came to settle here as refugees. Yes, and we are of course searching for Adar's brother. Perhaps if you were more established in Defiance Bay, things would be different, but I have no reason to suspect you to be any different from the others. There's something peculiar about the Record Keeper's inflection. The differences are subtle, but it does not sound like any native Deerwooden you've heard. As the Record Keeper gestures, you notice the faint scars on both of his wrists where shackles once clasped. Ah, those scars on your wrist. You were a prisoner. Was once. Now I'm happily free to do my job, which for you, I'm afraid, means you will have to seek your information elsewhere. Well, I'm not going to threaten him over it. Farewell. Sounds like we just need to get a better reputation in Defiance Bay and come back, which is fine, outside of just bad memory issues, meaning there's a decent chance I'll just plain forget to ever come back to that. Hopefully Edar will remind me at some point. Chancellor Warren. Thank you for coming, Chie. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marshal Forwin, Earl Battamore's military advisor. He will serve as a witness for these proceedings. He gestures to the man next to him. Marshal Forwin. Well met, Road Warden. Your reputation precedes you, I admit. You've created a bit of a stir throughout the nobility with your reclamation of Caed Nua. Most are still not sure what to think of you. Alright, get to the point. The legitimacy of your claim to Caed Nua is in question. Earl Batamar has issued a ruling on the matter. Caed Nua was abandoned for over a century, and I've claimed the land through strength of arms. That makes my claim legitimate. If there were no other claimant, you would be correct. Unfortunately, this is not the case. All will be made clear once Lord Gathbin arrives. Do you have any questions for me while we wait? What do you know about Gathbin? While I've met him but once, it was an ample time to determine the character of Lord Earldale Gathbin, or lack thereof. He is descended from an old Aediran line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Rannick Gathbin, was the Earl of Yenwood during the war. That is, until he was stripped of his lands and driven from the Deerwood. The Yenwood? While the Deerwood was a mere colony of Aedir, it was divided into 9 earldoms. While the Aedirans were defeated and ultimately driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and borders were adjusted. The Yenwood was one such earldom. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yenwood. It encompasses noble settlements such as New Hiamar, Yaren's Grasp, Gilded Vale, and of course Caed Nua. Alright, other questions? What was this about Road Warden? The one who rules Caed Nua on behalf of the Earl of Yenwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official yet, but the title is an appropriate form of address. The Marshal nods and smiles. In fact, the blade you carry was forged by the very first Road Warden. He gestures at the sword. He gestures to the sword at your side, not at the sword at your side. I've heard the whispers of Yenwood is only ever found by those meant to rule Caed Nua. I assume that means the sword that Edar is wielding, the one that deals bonus damage to spirits, and was found in the throne room at Caed Nua. Tell me about Earl Batamar. Earl Batamar comes from an esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the War of Defiance some 150 years ago. The Deerwood consists of 7 earldoms. The Batamars govern the northern earldom, known as the Grasp. That musical sting there sounded like a UI confirmation tone for a second to my ears. As the current Batamar, he is as fine a man as I know. It is an honor to serve him. Okay, thank you. All will be made clear once Lord Gathbin arrives. I have no further questions. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gathbin now. An opulently dressed man strides towards the Chancellor, his sandy hair trailing him like a banner caught in a light breeze, boot heels echoing throughout the hall. An elven woman, with cropped hair, dressed in dark, glinting mail, shadows his steps before taking position alongside him. She watches you, unabashedly, taking your measure. Let's move past this formality as quickly as possible. I've other matters to attend to. It is well known that Caed Nua belongs to me, by right. And where is this pretender? Show me the fool that thinks to steal my land. Where is this low-born wretch? Warren clears his throat and glances at you. This woman here? This is the Lady of Caed Nua? I thought she was just another servant. Perhaps a valet or a scullery maid. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise a hand. Go on, don't be shy. Imbecile! I hope you've enjoyed your time squatting on my land. Provoke me further, and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Caed Nua when our business is finished. Chancellor, read the Earl's decree. Warren breaks the seal on the scroll and unfurls it. Regarding the matter of the Gaspin claim on Caed Nua, Earl Badmer finds that the Gaspin clan claim was never relinquished. By law, Caed Nua is the rightful property of the Gaspin family. I knew it! Gaspin smirks at you triumphantly. I'm not yet finished reading, my lord. Gaspin rolls his eyes and motions for the Chancellor to continue. However, the Earl recognized Chie's part in reclaiming Caed Nua, a site that has stood abandoned and even some would say cursed for over a century. Before Caed Nua is returned to the Gaspin family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gaspin will provide compensation in the form of... Absolutely not! Gaspin folds his arms, a defiant scowl on his face. Lord, Warren raises his eyebrows. The amount is quite reasonable and a requirement for your land to be returned to you, if you would just allow me to finish. I'll not pay a single copper to this miscreant from my ancestral land. Do you think I'm blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send that son of a whore. Gaspin raises an open hand as the Chancellor shrinks from him, arms raised in defense. Kind of wish it was the option to just stand between them instead, be protective but less combative. Let's grab his arm. Lord Gaspin, keep your hands off me, you peasant! Gaspin yanks his arm free of your hand and steps back. The elven woman deftly draws a pistol from her thick leather belt. Her eyes widen in anticipation. My lord, my lady, please, there's no need for further violence. Lord Gaspin holds your gaze for several heartbeats, his eyes burning with hatred. I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Emery. We're leaving. He sneers defiantly before storming down the hall. The captain lowers her pistol and gives a smirking shrug before following her employer. Well, I can't say that Gaspin's reaction was entirely unexpected. Through no fault of your own, I'm afraid you've made a powerful enemy. I shrug. In any case, Caed Nua now officially belongs to you since Lord Gaspin has rejected the Earl's decree. He hands you a deep blue scepter, which looks to have been carved entirely out of sapphire. Here, this belongs to one of the old lords of Caed Nua. By right, it's yours now. Odd that they would have that to give away if they considered Gaspin to be the Lord in absentia. You'd think they'd have just given it to him at some point. Perhaps just him being an asshole kept them from bothering. Please extend an invitation to Lord Gaspin to feast with me in the halls of Caed Nua. There's no need for us to be enemies. It is a generous offer, and I'll make sure it reaches Lord Gaspin. It was a pleasure to finally meet you, milady, Warren bows. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Farewell, Chie. The Marshal nods at you and leaves. Oh boy, should I have not tried to do that raspy voice for Warren. That was a lot. Let's see, we got some taxes. We lost 487 coppers to bandits and earned 449. Not the best ratio in the world. Oh, and I should look at the weapon I got. Gerd Haywin Steins, a soulbound scepter. Is level 4 accuracy and deals bonus raw damage. Can be bound with a wizard, a priest, and a druid. And the only person that really makes sense to give it to, therefore, is Aloth, though I do usually keep him with melee weapons so he can dive in and help contribute to the engagement. But I mean, I'm not going to go to Durant. He's even more inclined to dive into melee if I have him, and he's likely the first person out the door when I find another party member, so... There you go, Aloth. You now have the Gerd Haywin Stens. Or Steins or something. I have absolutely no idea how to read the various diacriticals on really any letter at all. He needs to deal 200 raw damage to enemies with this weapon to unlock the next level. Now the level 4 accuracy bonus on it should help him get there. Distribute a few potions and other stuff around. She does not have lore, right? No, she does not. Alright, there's a talent or something that unlocks these. I really wish you got more talents in this game, because that's a nice little flavor talent I could see taking if it weren't for the fact that every character has way too many talents that are legitimately important to take little flavor ones like that.
Hail and well met.
Let's see. The woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as you approach, you catch her glimpsing at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praise be to Margaret, and welcome to her temple. How may I be of service? You seem upset. What's wrong? This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts a hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. The fires? She sighs. The sacred pyres all around town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I've kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. So go light them again? I see plenty of flames here. They don't work that way. They're holy fires. It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think about are the hollowborn all over the city. The grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magrin allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from a soulless child? Durance grunts with disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith, they wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magrin is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magrin's womanly heat. Good Lord, Durance is unpleasant. And this has shaken your faith. She nods, running her hands through her hair. But I believe Magrin may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. This will likely sound so far-fetched to someone like you. Lately, I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of color, strange falls that seem to rise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hand as if framing an image in her vision. And behind the falls is a cave, filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the expedition hall to see if anyone recognizes the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd do even if I found the place. Worthless, like so many of Magrin's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magrin speaks to her, it is to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. What's the significance of the sacred pyres? They symbolize Magran's power and guidance, and right now the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. She crosses her arms, staring at the statue. Our neighbors in the Valian Republic see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Something else? Tell me about the temple. Magran is the most revered goddess among us Derwoodens, so it's no surprise that her temple is part of the ducal palace. Her fires symbolize trials, revolutions, and the blazing of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When this is lit, so are the rest around the city. Alright, goodbye.
To whispers and shadows.
Heritage Hill, that's what the other place is called, with all the undead in it. Not a terrible idea to go there. Oh, I mean, it might be. I
This would be the
don't know how
temple
hard it
Maelwald
is.
spoke of, or what remains of it.
Praise to the exiled queen. May her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
I was told I'd find a temple of Wodica here.
And so you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well. These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
Well, tell me where I'd find an entrance to these catacombs, though I think I already saw it in the sewers.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Wodica's house of worship. You know you're a ghost, right? I beg your
Beg
pardon.
your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
The ghostly apparitions always take so long to start talking, I don't think they're going to, especially when they interleave it with lines where they don't. I'm serious. Just look at yourself.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
Who are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugfold III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
And what are you doing?
Worshipping Wodica, the exiled queen and oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my Emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
Okay, I'd like to know more about Wodica.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Wodica watches over them all. Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Wodica is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
Alright. Goodbye.
All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Oh, gained a level from entering a building. How fun. On the dot. Alrighty, up to 8 mechanics. And what's next for our talent? I think I want to get... Have I done this yet? Let's see. Hunting bow. Yes, looks like I must have got the one that boosts the arbalist already. That's good. Could get marksman though. An extra +5 against distant enemies is always nice. I mean, just plain +5 deflection isn't bad too. Obviously for Chie, she just kind of wants not to be being attacked, but it's going to happen occasionally. Nothing to be done about that. Oh yeah, +20 reload speed. That's probably what I want. Yeah, definitely.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, I think it said my initiative was like 8 before, and now it's down to 5. That seems wrong, so I must be misremembering. Should have canceled out of the level up and checked. I considered doing so, but no.
Certainly.
I'll take a look. Ready, Watcher.
Hail, traveler.
What can this humble servant of the Republics do for you? What do you do here? As the Valiant ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with Durwood remains strong and profitable. If there's nothing else, I must return to my duties. Tell me about the Valiant Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, in style, in culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I'm here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it. But when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. Okay.
Nice and quiet.
It's done.
Another good chunk of money.
I'll take a look.
I shall make it so.
Yeah.
It's done.
Nice. Ooh. Ooh, that's really good. Summon 3 shades for 3 rounds. She's got the spiders, and I know if you give 2 of these to the same person, it just despawns them. I think if Kana summons his regular chanter spells while one of these is out, it also despawns. And Aeloth is the most likely to just die instantly in a difficult fight, which is when I would want them. So it makes most sense to give it to Edar, even though It's kind of the one that I actually have the most things on his quick slot for, and like having the most things on his quick slot. Because mostly because I gave him the lore skill, and I expect him to survive long enough to use it. Alrighty, let's see here. Durance first. That's just more athletics. Yeah, I'll take Inspiring Radiance. I already use it virtually every fight, and having it give everyone that gets affected by it 10 accuracy for 2 rounds would be good. Even better if that 2 rounds is affected by intelligence. Some things are and some things aren't. You never know. Yeah, it still does just say for 2. Well, it says for 2 rounds at base of 1, so maybe that was after already affecting for intelligence. That's a shame. I was hoping it would be at least 3. Okay. A bit of lore. Lots and lots and lots of talents I want to take with him, unfortunately. I think the way to go for now is just superior deflection, though. Bonus 5% less chance to get hit effectively. It's hard to go wrong with. And, of course, 5% less to get crits, and
Certainly.
reduce grazes to nothing, or misses to, or hits to grazes, etc. Alright.
I've never been to Creatures wander the tundra. How are your leaders chosen?
Do you always ask this many questions?
Well, that's just to get us started. Let me get out some parchment for notes.
Ask whatever you want. If I don't know, I'll make something up.
They're fun. Another level up from entering a building. And I've been splitting it between athletics and lore, apparently, so sure. Keep doing that. Ooh, second level of invocations. A heal that also grants immunity to Frightened and Terrified. That's not terrible. Charm an enemy. I mean, that could be good, but never really trust charms. Duration decreasing for various debilitating effects. Frighten. Well, Terrify rather than Frighten. Resolve and Dex both down by 4, accuracy by 20. That's pretty good. Accuracy versus will. What's the AoE? 7 and some odd meter cone. Hard to aim cones effectively without the helper thing. Summon 2 will-o-wisps for 4 rounds, or 3 worms for 4 rounds. Or paralyze a bunch of things in a cone. I mean, that does just seem better than terrifying them. Although, less duration, I guess. I definitely want one of the summons. The question is, which? I have honestly no idea which is better. Wonder if these will-o-wisps charm like the ones that we've encountered in the wildernesses do. Also wonder why this seems to have an area of effect, 1.54 meter radius, but this one has no area of effect. They both summon a quantity of creatures, so you'd think they'd be similar. Definitely the wisps have the benefit that they're, I think, immune to one of the 3 physical damage types, but I don't remember which. It's not piercing. I think maybe it's slashing. I don't know. I think all of the elemental spirits are immune to one of the physical. I could just be wrong, though. But there's only 2 of them. I think I'm going to go for the worms, just on numbers. Not sure what to get here either. I mean, again, feels like superior deflection. He's a tank. His main goal in life is to just survive long enough to throw worms or ghosts at the enemy. So, yeah, more deflection.
Hello.
Aldmar gives you an appraising eye. Judging by the scars on his face, he is lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Day. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you've recently arrived yourself. Let's see, who are you? A soldier of the Crucible Knights and proud of it. I help keep everything running in the keep, so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something? Or just knocking the dirt off your boots? Tell me about the Crucible Knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that, he grins. We were the first organized militia to oppose Adiran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in Dunwood Row. What's that about Dunwood Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built in your soul's pass. Aldmar widens his stance. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring their ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts. He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you just can't trust them. Hostility's in their nature, and they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? That seems like an extreme position to take. Aldmar shrugs. Just speaking the truth. Nowadays, it seems like that's the biggest crime of all. God, what a tool. Alright, let's not talk with you anymore.
Nice and quiet.
Don't mind me, just closing the doors to your little room here that has lootables. Apparently that was a quest item. Yes. I thought I remembered that, and this is for that fellow in the sewers we met. This edict calls for the arrest of Eorn, whose recent actions have led to the death of a knight of the Crucible. They request reporting any information to Justiciar Eldmar. It is signed Commander Cliver. I had thought when I encountered him that it felt like there was more to that, whether that was memories of my previous playthrough many years ago, or just that it seemed suspicious that there's just a random guy in the sewers who you can't really interact with meaningfully. I'm not sure.
Quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
It's done.
And who leveled up there? Aloth. Is that my last one? Did everybody else level? No, Sagani still, I think. Yeah. Can't afford stealth. Let's just get a couple of mechanics. And then I have 1 point left over, which will be just enough to get stealth next level. 3rd level spells. I know I went through these all last level. I wish I remembered what I thought, because I'm sure there was at least a couple I was considering. Yeah, I think exposed vulnerabilities was almost certainly one of them. If Minoleta's bounding missiles was a standard action instead of a cast action, I'd take it for sure. I guess this is basically just fireball but corrode damage. And accuracy versus fortitude instead of reflex. Let's go with the exposed vulnerabilities. I mean, this is certainly good if I decide to keep using the scepter I just got for him. It's an AoE damage. The longer fight, I don't know. I mean, early fights I'm just going to be using his Arcane Blast. Or short fights, rather. And longer fights, most of the weak enemies will be thinned out by the time he's just plinking away with his weapon, I would think. That would also be good if I plan to keep it. It's a scepter, I'm pretty sure. He already took the one that just gives bonus damage to spirits. I could see an argument to just take all of these situational damage ups with him, or at least several of them. It would be interesting in its way. Of course, there's always an argument for deflection on everybody, even if it's not their main focus. Still not a bad thing to take. As are a lot of these, just, yeah, sure, plus 10 defense versus a bunch of specific conditions. Or just plain plus 10 defense, 10 to will, fort, or reflex. And of course I could also get these plus 20 elemental damages. I'm using Fireball a lot less than I expected to, solely because it's so much harder to aim than I thought it would be with the expert mode effect. I mean, plus 1 move speed is not nothing. That is... Sometimes it is hard to get him into position where I want to throw an ability. But I don't think it's the best thing to take. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Weapon Focus Noble, but first I'm going to cancel out and make absolutely sure that's a scepter and not a rod or a wand, because God knows I don't have a good enough memory. Yep, it's a scepter. And we'll just lean into him using that then. And it was mechanics, expose vulnerabilities, and weapon focus, scepter. That's good. He's also using a dagger in melee, so that Works on both accounts.
Yes?
I should actually give him pretty good accuracy. Not quite Chie level, but comparable with Sagani, and, well, once she hits his level, she'll be a bit ahead, but not bad.
If this is about the breastplates, I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Oh. Okay, let's show him the... I mean, it says pieces of the Blade of the Endless Past. I'm fairly certain I've only found one, but let's see what he has to say. It's a fine blade indeed. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Looks a dear and special made. Must be a commission for a champion of some sort. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt, too. It would be a shame to graft anything else onto it, and besides, it'll balance best with all of the original pieces. You find the rest of them, and I'll forge it for you. Alright, good to know. What do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
Tell me about the knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodred's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty. We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Deerwood heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dunwood Row, who really knows about any of that, though? Okay.
Certainly.
I'll see what I can find.
It's done. It's done.
Send a nuke out to scout.
I shall make
Keep
it so.
watch.
It's
While I
done.
unceremoniously rob this. Yeah. Good job, Nanook. Get E2Mac out there helping for when this guy leaves and I try again.
Certainly. I shall make it so. It's done.
Slow and silent.
I'll see what I can find.
This is the symbol of Abaddon, a colossal smithing hammer imposed over a circular gear. It's smooth and bright with buffing oils.
We just don't have the manpower.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Following your lead.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
It's weirdly nerve-wracking stealing in this game, because I have no real idea what happens if I'm caught. I assume hostility and more or less game over in a situation like this.
To whispers and shadows.
And arguably, that should be that I just don't bother. It's not like it's really worth it.
It's
but
done.
I always find it weirdly satisfying. I want to see this plate armor. That's the first one of those I've seen.
Nice and quiet.
12. Even higher with slash and pierce, but weak to shock. We've got this one with the bonus to confuse and charm. That's 10. presume I could probably fairly cheaply put fine on it. Only $600 and a couple of ingredients. I don't have a lot of these Pilgrim's Crowns, so if I needed to do this a lot, it would be a problem eventually. That's definitely something to keep in mind. Might be wise. I should probably put fine on this. I mean, this grants second chance on unconscious is fantastic. I don't even think he's dropped yet, so it's not been relevant, but it is great. So it keeps me wanting to use it. I mean, what I'd rather have is get that second chance on unconscious enchantment and just move it onto the plate armor and then upgrade that, but that's not an option.
Refugees from every corner of the Deerwood. The dozens getting them all riled up about animancy. At this rate, we'll need twice the soldiers to patrol Defiance Bay. Yes? Can I help you with something?
Why don't you have enough soldiers?
Fleetbreaker Castle. The High Justice has summoned almost half of my novitiates and more of my justiciars to a keep on the other side of New Hailmar. It's not for me to question the High Justice's orders, but it's left us short-handed. And mark me, we're just a couple sparks away from anarchy.
With so many newcomers, can't you just recruit more soldiers? More recruits means more training, which means more time from experienced soldiers that I don't have. He turns away from you. Anyhow, I hardly see how this is any of your concern, but if you've got the time to ask about it, then perhaps you've got the time to do something constructive. Forge Master Dunstan is working with an animancy scholar to build what we're calling Forge Knights. Warriors that can patrol our streets without suffering fatigue, disobedience, or fear. Some agitator throws a rock at him, we don't have to worry about things getting out of hand. He's constructed the armor, but we need the scholar's research. Unfortunately, she hasn't been around the last few times my novitiates have checked. Vienna lives with the rest of the Scriveners out in Copper Lane, but I haven't the soldiers to spare at the moment. Go to the Scrivener's dormitory and see if you can find her. When you get the research, just bring it to Dunstan. This is his area of expertise anyway. Once you've brought him the research, he can sell you any arms or armor if you have the need. He forges and repairs all of our equipment. You won't find a more capable smith in Defiance Bay. Was there something else I can do for you? No, that's a decent start. New quest. The Justiciar's glaze flicks over you briefly before returning to the novitiates gathered in the training area. If this is about patrols, my novitiates are... That's a hard word for me to say for some reason. My novitiates are already stretched to their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. I'm sorry, was there something else you need? Alright, what's wrong with Heritage Hill? She lowers her voice. What isn't wrong with it is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there, and yet this second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating around the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. I'd just as soon abandon the district, but if those monsters should find a way out... Yeah, I could look into it. After what I've told you, you want to go to Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? What's the harm in letting me try? If you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. She quietly looks at the novitiates. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's novitiates. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. She nods at the group gathered in the training room. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. Alrighty. That looks like just about everything we could possibly do in here. Oh, I just noticed Edar has something to say. I wonder if that's from all the way back at the records area and I just hadn't noticed until now. Or if he has something to say about the Crucible Knights.
Strange place for a shrine to Abidan, Crucible Keep. Maybe it made more sense at some point before it gathered all that dust. And the only thing the Knights of the Crucible worship these days is the nobility, as far as I understand it.
I knew some soldiers who got recruited by the Knights after the war was over. They told me some about it. They get these young kids in there and they tell them about blacksmithing and about the revolution and about tradition. Talk about the golem like he created the Crucible Knights in the forge and to go win the Deerwood's independence. Then they join and it turns out all those knights are ever talk about is, when are we going to get recognized as a real knighthood? When are we getting our titles and our land? Their High Justice just wants to be an earl. Says it's Abaddon's will. He's got a castle and then an army. You wonder how long he'll wait before he starts a war over it, saying Abaddon told him to. It does seem like some of the members still take their ideals seriously. You see it with the older knights, some of them. They were taught differently. I feel for them, seeing all that slowly wearing away around them. And nothing to be done because the wrong people are in charge. Shame they don't have better people leading them. Yeah, and not everything. Well, let's head to Heritage Hill. Though I think I'm going to call this the end of the session. And start exploring Heritage Hill next time. Oh, well, first I'll level up Sagani. Okay. Just pure stealth. Nothing but stealth Sagani. I mean, one of those companion buffs isn't a terrible idea. Apprentice's sneak attack isn't terrible an idea either. Basically just bonus damage to any target that is being flanked or has a number of specific debuffs such as blindness on them, which blindness, prone, stun, anything like that, which I inflict a lot of those, so it would just be 15% at bonus damage a lot of the time. But don't know. Oh, I haven't taken a weapon focus with her yet. And my plan is probably Peasant to get hunting bow and quarterstaff. That's what she's mostly using. I would rather accuracy to damage anyways. Nor have I taken marksman with her, which is interesting. I thought I had. As ever, I feel like Rangers are amongst the class that just wants the most talents, mostly because they just flood you with these companion talents that you can take, and I want them all. But, I will just get weapon-focused Peasant, so that her hunting bow is, slightly more accurate. Alright, one more quick look here. Didn't get any of my reputations to 3. I do feel like one of these I didn't have last time, but I'm damned if I know which. Nothing else particularly new happened. How's the progress here? Up to 5 out of 25. Hey, 1/5 of the way done on the next level for One-Eyed Melina's Gold-Fingered Spike Flinger. And the Deadfire Cannoneer belt, I think I only got those 2 attacks off while I was wielding the sword to do fire damage, but that was decent. Going up against undead, hopefully I'll find more opportunities to use it next time. Well, that will be the end of session 9. Thank you for watching and/or listening. And I hope you will join me again for session 10.